Do you have a meddling mother-in-law, a brooding uncle, a sulky cousin, a niece who just won't get off her phone, someone who keeps asking personal, probing questions, someone touchy-feely that gives you the heebie-jeebies? Hi, I'm Melissa Audrey, and today's video is part 2 of how to deal with relatives and in-laws during the holidays like a goddess. This video is about the mindset and the behavior. So I'm going to give you some tips so that you can feel calm and cool and unruffleable. Number 1, set a time limit. You'll set this time limit with your partner before you leave for a visit, and have an agreement with your partner that you're going to tell your host from the outset that you have to leave at such and such a time so you can go and feed your dogs or bring your kids somewhere or bring something to your elderly neighbor or whatever the case may be. You say it from the beginning, and that's that, and you stick to your schedule. Number 2, have an exit strategy. This you want to have prepared in advance, and you want to have this just in case you and your partner want to leave quickly because for whatever reason, maybe things are getting out of hand, maybe you're exhausted, whatever. You want to have an exit strategy. And what you want to do, and this is just an example that you can try. I mean, I don't condone lying on a day-to-day basis, definitely not. But during the holidays, just to keep the peace sometimes, a little teeny weeny white lie can save the day. Can save the day and keep the peace. So let's try to keep it as real and as honest as possible. Let's just say you're prone to migraines. Have your partner call his parents in advance and let them know that you've been having a lot of migraines lately, and that although it's unlikely to happen during the visit, it is a possibility, and if that would happen, you would have to leave. So just think about something real so that you don't really need to lie. And just make sure that that is your exit strategy. I mean, maybe it's anxiety. Maybe you have social anxiety or you're anxious. You just let your host know in advance that you're feeling anxious or uncomfortable socially and that you may have to leave, or you may have to leave the room or go for a walk often. That is perfectly okay. Number 3, have realistic expectations. Expect the minimum. If your in-laws, relatives, family have not treated you with approval, love, and kindness in the past, don't expect it from them now. Just accept them as they are. They're not really going to change because you want them to. They're just being who they are. They're not creating this aggravating personality just to bug you. That's who they are. Forget about trying to change them. It's not going to work. Focus on your own behavior and everything is going to go well. Number 4, make a good impression, but don't try too hard to impress. Of course you want to make a good impression, especially if it's the first time you're meeting relatives, certain relatives or in-laws. So what you want to do, instead of trying to be perfect, try to have like a good energy, a good Zen vibe. Like if you're hosting, you're having them over, don't obsess over having this perfect, Martha Stewart type perfect home where everything is spotless and clean and organized. Forget about that. That's not going to create the ambiance that you want. I have a mentor, and the mentor said, focus on connection, not perfection. So that's a good mantra to have. So focus on having a calm, Zen home and vibe, whether, they're visiting your home or if you're visiting theirs, and that's going to impress them more than anything. Number 5, make self-care your BFF. Take care of your body, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. Every day, do something. You have to do something every day, if possible several times a day, to fill your cup. You do this during this stressful, busy holiday season, and I'm telling you, it's going to go so much better for you. Number 6, mind your manners. It goes without saying that you want to be polite and respectful at all times, especially if it's the first time that you're meeting in-laws, because they will definitely be watching to see if you're saying thank you and please and can I help you. You really want to be on your best behavior and be very, very, very polite. even if it's not the first time. Never mind how other people are acting. Never mind if other people are rude and they're not polite. It doesn't matter. You're a goddess, you're there, and it's about you. Number 7, take nothing personal. As I mentioned before at the beginning of the video, your goal is to be unoffendable and unruffable. People will try to get under your skin. If there are people there like that, they're going to try to suck you into their drama. You know, step back to prevent people from continuing to bully you if that's the case. Because once they see you're affected, they're going to continue. You need to be able to step back. And this is where having boundaries, the boundaries that you made, that I talked about in video 1, this is where having good boundaries comes into play and is going to help you. Number 8, stay positive no matter what. No matter what circumstances are thrown your way. Change your mindset from one of dealing with the holidays to one of enjoying and really being present for the holidays. Challenge yourself to remain optimistic and cheerful for the entire time. Now, I'm not saying this is easy, and negative thoughts and emotions will come up. And when they do, let's say you have a negative thought about your brother-in-law, Ben. Instead of saying, oh, Ben is aggravating me, instead ask, what's good about Ben? Flip the negative and turn it into a positive and find the good. Number 9, deflect all negativity. So let's just say somebody criticizes you or your partner or somebody else. Instead of reacting, just say, really? Think so? In a very neutral tone, and then change the subject. That's all you have to do. Don't get sucked in. Don't get sucked in. Just remain neutral and deflect all negativity and move on. Number 10, don't complain. Aim to keep your mouth shut about complaints and never voice your complaints and frustrations out loud. Just don't. Just keep it to yourself, and that's it. Don't even voice it out loud, because when you voice it out loud, it just becomes that much more real. Number 11, avoid controversial topics. Topics like religion, politics, the economy, that's mixed up with the other two. You want to avoid these conversational landmines, because that's what they are. And they often have a way of completely derailing a gathering and just making it go from good to really bad, or not so good to really, really, really bad. So you want to avoid these conversational landmines, avoid bringing up these topics. If you see other people bringing up these topics, try to change the subject quickly, do it quickly. Or if you want to just not get involved, go somewhere else. Go for a walk, go into another room, make yourself busy, go clear some dishes, go and serve some food. Just don't get sucked into it, into these negative and controversial topics. Number 12, and this is one of my top tips, and it's be a reporter. This works great for 2 reasons. Number 1, it works great because you get a chance to ask someone questions. You get to be like a reporter. Find someone, or do this throughout the gathering, find someone, even someone that you don't get along with, or someone you don't know that well, and you want to improve your relationship with them. Ask them questions. Ask them questions about their childhood, their hobbies, their work, their interests, and really be there for them. Make it all about them. And be a goddess, rock star listener, and give them your 100% undivided attention. And this will make the person feel heard, because most people don't get a chance to be heard in their day-to-day life. People like to talk about themselves, interrupt one another. So you're giving this person an opportunity to talk and be listened to, because you're really going to be listening. You're going to be authentically listening and asking questions, and that person's going to feel great. And you might actually discover that you like some things about this person. You might see the person in a different light. You may find that you have something in common, and maybe a bond will be created. So this is a very good strategy. I'm saying strategy, but it's actually a very authentic strategy, and it's one that you should try. And it's also great and perfect if you are shy or introverted, because you just get to ask questions and let the other person do all the talking. All you have to do is listen, 100% listen. That's all you have to do. So this works perfectly. And what usually happens at the end of these conversations is the person who did all the talking is going to thank you for what a great conversation, but you actually didn't converse much. You just led the conversation by asking questions and you were listening, which is a sort of a conversation, but they're going to thank you and they're going to be very, very happy. And this type of conversation is actually going to bring you closer together. No matter what they said, don't get affected by what they tell you. Just listen with curiosity, all right? Number 13, be willing to ask for help and be willing to receive it. If you're hosting, for example, and you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed, don't hesitate to ask your brother-in-law to build a fire or ask your cousin to help you with the food or anything. Give people little jobs. And if people offer to help you, don't say, oh, no, I've got it. Go and enjoy yourself. Take their help. Receive their help. It's going to make you feel good, and people like to help out. So don't worry about it. Receive the help. It's going to help you, and it's going to calm you. Number 14, and this is my number one most important tip, and it's stay in tune with your partner. You and your partner are a team. You are a united front. And you want to check in with your partner during the gatherings, during the holidays, to make sure that everything is going smoothly. Now, I'm not saying when you're at gatherings that you should be attached at the hip. You'll both be circulating and doing things, having different conversations with different people. And that's great. But you want to observe and make sure that things are going okay. I'm not saying to really, be totally hyper-focused on them, but you want to pay attention to how things are going. You want to make sure that if anything comes up or any issues come up, that you can take care of them quickly before they start piling up and getting worse and worse and worse. And the other thing you have to keep in mind is that it's possible that somebody criticizes or puts down your partner. And in that case, you want to defend your partner. You take your partner's side no matter what. You guys are a team, and you are not there to gang up on your partner with anybody else. And what I'm going to tell you something else that you want to avoid. And some women do this and it doesn't work. And your partner would see right through it. So please don't try it. Don't use a family member, relative, or in-law and gang up on your partner because there's something that you want your partner to do that he's not doing, or you want him to change something. And you think that by conspiring with someone else that it's going to make him see the light. But you know what? He's going to feel it, he's going to know it, and it's going to fail. And it's going to damage your relationship. It's going to turn him off. So don't do it. So there it is. Those are my tips, and if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you have any comments, please write them down. And if you want to be made aware of my upcoming videos, please click the subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!